Hi guys, in our previous video we have seen how to download coins using Retrofit. In this video we will see how to display them in an activity. So let's begin with creating an activity to display the coins. So inside this UI folder, now I'm going to create a new activity. Let's choose empty activity. I'm gonna name it as coin list activity. So along with the activity we would need an adapter, a recycler view adapter to show the list of items. So let's first see how the layout looks. As of now it's just an empty layout, so I'll just change it to a linear layout. So inside the linear layout, let's have a recycler view. Match parent, and let's give an. So this recycler view is used to display a list of items. So let's give an ID recycler view underscore coins. Let's go back to the activity and let's import this. It's showing as an error. Import. Yeah, it should go away. So now so let's get the recycler views object. Recycler view is equal to find view by ID recycler view or dot id dot rv underscore coins. So once we have the recycler view, we need to get the coins and we need an adapter to fill the data into the recycler view. So for that I'm going to create a adapter now. So I'm going to create a Kotlin class. The name is coin list adapter. And along with the adapter we need a view holder to hold the view of each item of the list view. So let me create another class here. It doesn't have to be a new file, so let's create another class coin item view holder. Okay, yeah, it's a Kotlin thing, so view holder. So view holder requires a view to be passed. So item view will pass it. Item view type view. Let's pass that view on item view holder. So we will here as well we will extend coin item view holder. will extend, like it should extend from the adapter. So adapter of type coin item view holder. So just should be okay. So let's import, change the constructor invocation. Yeah, sorry, I think we should put that. Then let's implement the abstract methods. We need all these three methods to be implemented. So let's have a list of items inside this. So I'm going to create a new field here. So private val coin list. Okay, and list of coins. So it's just going to have list of coins. So as of now it's empty. So once the query is done, we'll fill in this list. So here first with the item count would be return list dot size, and then we need to create a view holder. So for that we would be needing a context. So I'll pass in context into the constructor, private val ctx type context. So once we have the context, we can easily create a view layout inflator dot from. So we get the layout inflator and inflate the each item. So but we haven't created an item yet, so we'll create the item now. So item layout. So in the resources under layout, so we already have an activities layout. Let's now create the layout for each item. So let's create a layout resource file and call it coin item layout. Okay, it should be all caps, all small letter. Coin item layout. So again, we don't need constraint layout, we just need a simple linear layout. So here is a linear layout, and let's create two text views here. Text view width should be match parent, height should be wrap content, and I'll have the ID of the text view as tv underscore coin name, and I'll give I'll highlight this text. I mean, I'll just change the style of the text. So for that, and write colon text appearance, we can refer to an attribute. Text appearance large will go to large. And then so we now have a view to display the name of the coin. Let's have another view to display the value of the coin. Text view coin value, and doesn't have to be so large, so I'll just remove the line. It will be a default one. So here Let's give the orientation, because by default it will be a horizontal orientation, so we need a vertical orientation for these two text views. Yeah, now the item is ready, so let's inflate this item to our Kotlin file and then like use these inside our adapter. So we'll go back to the adapter and then we will inflate this resource file. So we need to give order layout dot what is the name of the coin item layout. Let's import this first. Import it. Yeah, so coin item layout comma, so we need a root, but we don't need a root, we don't want to attach it to any root, so just pass in null here, should be fine, which returns a view. So let's call it a val view, don't need semicolon, and let's remove this to do as well. So now we've inflated the item and then we'll create the view holder object and then return it here. So return coin item view holder and then just pass in that view that we just inflated. So on create view holder, this code should be fine. So let's bind the data. So I'm sure you might, like, in case you guys don't know how to create the list recycler view, just leave a comment. I'll try to explain it in a separate video, but as of now let's quickly create a uh, recycler view and then fill in the items. So we've created the view holder, now we need to bind it. So for that so we need to get the each coin item, then binding. So before that, let's get these text view objects here, because yeah, we need them to fill in the data. So val coin title is equal to, let's give a different name, title item view dot find view by id text view or dot id dot tv underscore coin name. Similarly, let's get the object of another text view as well. Value is equal to item view dot find view by id, which is a text view. Okay guys, now we have both coin title and coin value objects in our coin view holder. Now let's implement onbind view holder. So here this bind view holder is meant for binding data with the views. So it gives us like position, then we need to get the item, the coin at that position and fill in to that coin item view holder. So let's see how to do it. So let's value dot coin is equal to coin list and the position. So we'll get the coin Once we have the coin, we'll bind it with the holder. So holder dot coin title dot, this is nothing but set text Kotlin. Text is equal to coin dot name. Now same thing for the value as well. Value dot text is equal to coin dot, we named it as rate. So let's make it to string. Yep. So coin list adapter is ready now. Okay guys, let's now create the view model. So in MVVM architecture, view model holds the, that's how the activity communicates with the repo. So like UI layer doesn't communicate with the repo layer directly, model layer directly. It communicates through view model. View model, the main functionality of view model is it doesn't die in config changes. So it holds the data so that we don't have to query the model again and again for like any data changes. So let's create the view model now. We'll call it coin. So we'll call it coin list view model. Coin list view model, which extends the view model okay. So view model, in the view model, so view model is responsible to provide the coins to the activity. So let's have live data. So live data is a data lifecycle aware component. It's an observable, at the same time it's lifecycle aware as well. So let's see how to implement that. Let's have a private val coin list live data, which is a multiple live data of type list of type coins. Let's import it. So let's have it as a private, the mutable one, let's keep it as private, and then we'll have another one which is immutable coin list live data. So it's with the same name. Let's simply copy this, except with the underscore. So this is of type a live data of list of coins. Live data. So and this is a public one, this is the private one. So the public one is immutable, so that nobody outside of this file can change the live data. So only from within the file we can, within this class we can change the live data. Let's init, let's implement the init. Init is for, init is nothing but our constructor, like yeah, it's like constructor. It gets called at the beginning of object creation. So during the init we will request for the data from repo. So So I have to tell you, let's open the coin repo. See here, in our in the last class, in the last video, we've just returned a list, and we've declared it as a suspend function. Okay, let's call this list. Let's call this suspend function from init. So because it's a suspend function, so we need to start it. We need to call it from a coroutine or another suspend function. So in the test that we've written, so we've used run blocking the blocking coroutine builder, but now as part of Android we need to run it on the main thread. So let's so there is already an inbuilt function to launch the coroutines. In view model, the inbuilt function is nothing but the view model scope. So let's use view model scope. Okay, it's not available, so we have to import the extension. We have to declare those extensions as part of Gradle dependencies. So let's do it. Let's open build.gradle. Yeah, this is the, and then we'll sync the project so that it will download the required classes. It's done. So now the Kotlin dependency is there. So now let's open the view model and then let's try to launch the view model scope. Yeah, view model scope is available now. So view model scope dot launch, and this is now we are in the coroutine scope. So now we can call any suspend function. So let's call the coin suspend function, like from the repo. So now how do we get the repo? So we don't have the repo object here. So but we know we've implemented the dependency injection. So as part of that, so we can get the repo from Dagger. So we can directly ask the Dagger to give the repo here, but let's do one thing. So whoever needs the repo, instead of asking the Dagger, let's implement a function in the application, so that it'll be easy for all other components to get the repo. So I'll show you how to do that. So let's create a class called uh, coin app, which extends the application.java. Okay, that it extends the application. So now within that, so here this application now is the instance of the whole application. So we can implement Dagger here, and then all other components which requires the Dagger can get from here. So let's do it. So let's create a companion object. Within the companion object, let's have coin app component. Well, coin app component is equal to Dagger coin app component dot create. Okay, so we have the coin app component here, which is a Dagger component. We can do it this way, but let's not create it as a static. let's do it in the on create of the application, because in some of the things that uh, these components and these modules need, they they may need a context, or in some cases they might need context. So it's better to create those in these Dagger components in the on create itself than before the object initialization. So let's make it a late init var, and then of type component, then we'll initialize it here. Coin app component is equal to dot create. Okay, so it's not Dagger app component, it's just like coin app component. Let's import it. So now the coin app component is ready, and which can be accessed through coin app, because it's companion object, so we don't need to create the instance of application, like we can get it as a static. So let's go back to the view model, and let's see how to get it, how to get the coins from repo. So here first we will get the repo object. So val repo is equal to coinapp dot app component dot get coin repo, so which returns the coin repo. So once we have the repo, so we can get repo dot get coins, which returns the list of coins. Val coin list. Yeah, so that's all. So we have the coin list. So let's let's put this coin list into our live data. So let's update the live data with the coin list that are fetched. So coin list live data dot value is equal to coin list. So what we've done here is we've got the coin list from repo, and then we are setting it into the live data. So live data is an observable, so the activity observes the live data, registers a observer on the live data, and then it will be notified once we set the list, coin list. Okay, let's go back to the activity and finish the rest of the implementation. There is still some catch here, guys, so I'm gonna run the app and then show you. Repo.getCoins, see here, though it's a suspend function, it still runs on the main thread as per the current code. But anyway, we'll see that. We'll run it and see, and then we can modify the code accordingly. So view model is ready, and then we'll go back to the activity to finish the implementation. Let's go back to activity. So now we have the recycler view here. So we need to get the view model. So we can get the view model from the view model provider. So I'll show you how to get it. So let's keep one way is we can directly instantiate the view model here using view model provider. The other way is we can have a lazy, we can create that lazily and keep it as a member variable. So let's do private val coin list view model, coin list view model by so we'll do it this way. So we'll instantiate it lazily using this lazy block. So view model, let's create object of view model, so which needs a lifecycle owner. So activity here is lifecycle owner, and then view model provider dot we can get, and we can pass the class here, but in Kotlin we can do it in a different way. So we can just pass in the coin list view model dot class dot java. So this so what we've done here is see this code returns the view model object, but this code won't get I mean this code won't run till the first time we access coin list view model. So that's the use of this lazy block here. So we can simply instantiate here as well within the onCreate, but this way we can use it outside also. So this is another way to do it in Kotlin. Now the view model is ready, and let's configure our recycler view with other things. So recycler view, once we have the instance, so it needs a layout as well. So let's set the layout layout manager. Let's put it linear layout manager. Layout manager needs context. So once we have it, and we need to set a adapter as well. Adapter is equal to coin list adapter. So let's pass in the context, and now let's listen for changes. See, as of now the adapter has a empty list, so with this code it won't display anything. So but so let's listen for the coin list changes from the view model. So let's coin list view model dot so let's coin list live data. We have live data here, and then we can listen, observe. So observe, we need to pass for any live data. We also needs own, because it needs to listen for live data. It needs to listen for life cycle events, and then it has to make sure it sends it only when the activity is alive. Okay, live data dot yeah, we just have to pass in the observer here. So it has now here it is the list of coins. So once we have the list of coins, we have to update the adapter about the available coins. But let's create another method within the adapter, so which is a function update. Let's call it coin list. So which gets a list of coins, list of coins. So once we call this method, so it updates the coin list with a list with this list. Okay, so okay, so we've declared it as val, so let's keep it as a var itself, guys, because we need to update it here. So I just made it where, and then I'll call it I'll call notify dataset changed. Dataset changed. Okay, so this is needed to tell the list view to refresh its data. So once we call this notify dataset changed, list view again queries the coin list adapter and updates all the views, all the items. Okay, so we have the update coin list ready, and then we'll go back to the activity and call the update coin list update. Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, so we need the adapters object, guys. So let's do val adapter is equal to coin list adapter this, and then use this adapter here, adapter dot update coin list. We can just call it. So now as soon as activity gets a callback, once observes it gets a callback. Once the list is updated, we are updating the adapter as well, and the whole list gets refreshed. So it's the pretty much it, guys. I think our whole code is ready. No, it's not ready yet, so let's run it anyway, because we are still running everything on the main activity. So because we are launching the we launched the coroutine here, but this view model scope will by default launch the main activity, main thread itself. So once we have it, but we have to make sure we query the network in a worker thread or a background thread. But let's see what error do we get here by running this again. Just one more thing. So I'm sure we've created an activity, but let's update manifest. We need to declare the permission as well in the manifest. Uses permission, it's internet, so it is ready. And now I think we've deleted the main activity, so let's remove it. But before removing it, let's do one thing. And let's put the intent filter for our coin list activity. Okay, now we can safely remove this. We don't need it. Here from I think Android 30 or 31 onwards, it's mandatory to declare it as earlier, uh, if your activity has an intent filter, by default it used to be the exported used to be true, but now we need to declare it explicitly. So let's declare it. Let's make it explicitly exported to true. So now the manifest is ready, and let's run it and see what we see in our emulator. So our emulator is also ready, but let's run it as an app. Okay, I'm running. I think the build will take some time. Okay guys, the build was successful. It tried to launch in the emulator, but it seems there is an error. So let's see what error we got. See, here is the error, guys. So it says property access limit property has not been initialized. It says coin app component is not initialized, but let's check it. Let's go to coin app. Okay, yeah, we made we need to do one more thing here. So we've application, I mean, we've created the application, but it's never used. We need to declare it in the manifest as well. That's one more thing I forgot to do. uh, so here in the under the application tag colon name, let's give the coin app there, and now let's try to run it and see what we get. Okay, this time it launched again. It crashed. Let's see what's the error this time. Here is the error, guys. Network on main thread exception. So as I was expecting, so we've got an exception saying we are querying network on the main thread. So we are not supposed to do network operations on the main thread. So for that, so we'll modify the code now. It's a quick change. I'll just show you how to do it. So we'll go to our repo, and in the repo, in the suspend function get coins, I'll use a method. I'll use a function called um, with context, which is a okay. So with context, we have to now specify which context we want to use for this operation. So coroutine context is nothing but it's a combination of name, coroutine name, and the job, and the scheduler that it runs on. So I'll I'll just update it. So here we need to use the dispatcher, the exact dispatcher we want. Like for background operations, we need to use, like there are multiple dispatchers. So let's use uh, dispatchers dot, because it's an IO operation, let's use dispatchers dot IO, and then we will run this code using that, like with that context. So I'll put it here. So this returns whatever this with context returns. So this whole block returns. So we can do val coins here. So instead of that, I can just leave this empty. We don't need coins here because the last statement is the statement. So now we are returning the coins and we are switching the context here using with context. Now this code runs in the background thread. While this operation is in progress, the coroutine gets suspended. So this way the main thread won't be blocked. Okay, let's run and see, guys, now. Yeah, this time it ran without any errors. So now we got the list from the server, so we are displaying it and it's all looking good. Let's add some padding and see how it looks. Let's go to the item and then let's add some padding here. Let's add a padding of 5 dp. So let's not do it as part of the activity. Let's do it as part of an item, so that coin list, coin item layout. Yeah, here. Let's do it here. Adding IDP. So let's run it. I think it should look okay now. Yeah, let's terminate and launch it again. Yeah, here is the list, guys. Now it's looking much better than the previous UI. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, and please do subscribe to my channel.